Nobody talks about how hard it actually is to decorate your home, especially when you're moving in for the first time or you just changed houses. From not knowing what particular style to go with to having to work with a budget because things are super expensive, I have had to learn the very hard way how to manage decorating a space and still living in it. So in this video, I'm going to share 6 of the top things I struggled with and how I found my way out of them and was still able to achieve the kind of decor I wanted for my home. Top of the list is not knowing what actual style you should use in your home, because there's so many to pick from. There is the now popular one, the minimalist home. There is bohemian, there is traditional, there is so many kinds of home decor. Thing is, there's so much advice online as to what you should do with your home, what kind of decor you should go for, what things you should put. And like Pinterest is literally shoving things down your throat. So if you don't know what you want to do or how you want to go about it, you're going to end up just dabbling into a little bit of everything, and before you realize, you have a ton of things in your home and you have no idea how to put them together or what to do with them. I personally, when I started decorating my very first space, I struggled a lot with finding cute things outside and just buying them, because I had boards on Pinterest on the things I wanted to get for my house, and I'll go out, I'll see really cute things by the roadside and I'll just buy them, bring them home and realize, okay, this was cute outside, but then in my space, it's not making sense. But then that didn't teach me a lesson. I went on and on and on, and by the time I realized there was so much garbage, let me put it that way, in my home that I didn't need or didn't want in this space. Now, what I did to salvage that situation is I sat down and I decluttered. I took out everything that was cute but didn't feel like me. If you look at yourself, you would realize you have a certain way you want your home to feel, you want your space to feel, you want to feel when you are in the space. I sat down and I thought, okay, what do I want? How do I want it to look? And at the end of the day, I was able to figure out exactly what tones and vibes I wanted in my house. And so that brought me down to the kind of decor I finally settled with. And that's advice for you. Don't just pick a bunch of random things and throw them together and hope it's beautiful. You have to sit with it and see, okay, what do I like? Do I like a lot of plants in my house? Do I like a lot of natural light? Do I like a lot of dark colors? And then pick out your base and build on it from that point up. Number 2 is decorating on a budget. If you're living in the same era as I am, furniture is so expensive, home decor is hella expensive, and the internet makes it feel like you have to decorate your house all at once. When my husband and I moved into our very first apartment, the entire year of that apartment, we didn't even have a sofa. We just had a bed and a wardrobe. The rest of it was non-existent. And we didn't feel the rush to decorate in that moment just because the funds were not available. And you need to have priorities when you're moving into a space or when you move into a space and you want to decorate. You don't have to buy a sofa, buy a TV, buy your rugs all at once. For me, this will be my 3rd apartment or house that I've moved into, and this is the first time I've ever moved into a space and had enough furniture and decor for all my rooms. Even that, there's still so much more I want to do. Decorating your space is not a race. You don't need to you don't need to beat anybody to you. You don't need to, no. What I will do, what I usually do in cases like this is I pick a room. My last apartment, my bedroom was my favorite. That was where I started decorating. So I got my dresser, I got my rugs, the bed frames, all those things. We intentionally picked those things out because we wanted to start our decor from the bedroom. And we did that first. Then we gradually started moving into the living room, right? So pick the room you want to spend most time in your house and start decorating from there. Once you finish that room, you're okay, you're happy with how it looks, you can now migrate to the other rooms. and do it. It might take you a year and a half or two, or it might take you forever, because I don't think anybody actually ever finishes decorating. You always find something you like. So take your time, slow down, because one thing is these purchases that you're making with furniture and home decor, they're expensive purchases. So you don't want to rush into it. You want to take your time and budget and save towards the things you want to get. Because again, one thing I've come to learn is it is far more beneficial investing in expensive and durable home decor than just getting anything because something has to be there. Like, I've bought some of the most expensive home decors in my life, but then they've lasted me, well, my entire lifetime up till now, right? So that is something you should consider. And everything doesn't have to be brand new. You don't have to buy everything fresh off tear rubber. Feel free to thrift. Feel free to secondhand some of the things. My current TV stand was passed down to me by my sister-in-law. It still functions. It's beautiful. It works. I don't feel the need to go and buy a new TV stand just because that one was passed down to me. I have a really cute yellow chair. I thrifted that. I was walking by the road. If you know me, you know I wear very muted colors. I use very muted colors. But I saw a pop of color and I'm like, hey, this might actually fit into my space. I didn't buy it immediately. We actually went home and then went back to it the next day and we realized, okay, we do want this piece and we got it for our space. So your decorating process doesn't have to be based on impulse buying. Take your time, relax, budget, plan out the things you actually need. Make a list, make a table, make a sheet, and take the things as you get them. It doesn't have to be war or race. And trust me, that is going to save you so much time and just mental relaxation because you're not racing against time or anybody. The third thing on my list is impulse buying and clutter. When you start decorating your home, you see really cute things that you don't even need. You just find them cute. And some of them, you see how I just talked about how home decor can be expensive. You see the impulse things, they're so affordable to buy. And you say, oh, I'll find use for it. The thing is, if you don't have the need for the thing in that moment, let it stay in that person's shop, not in your house. I'll find a use for it shouldn't be in your dictionary when you're decorating. You should have a use for it. If you don't, leave it with the seller. Because before you realize, you've built a mountain of things you don't need. And if you've ever been in my position, there are times where I buy decor pieces and today I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right here anymore. Let me move it elsewhere. Then let me move it elsewhere. Before you realize you have moved it to the back of the house, it's in some box and you don't even touch it, you don't even use it anymore. So make sure you're not buying your decor on impulse and always declutter. Declutter as much as you can. I declutter my house every other couple of months. I look around, what haven't I touched or used in the past couple of months? Do I still need it? Is there a use for it in here? You don't have to throw it away. You can find somebody to give it to, but then don't allow things to just swim around your house just because you bought them. Exactly why you shouldn't buy things you don't need. Number 4 on the list kind of ties into number 3 and number 2, which is having a limited space, but then wanting to do so much with it. My very first space I had to decorate was my brother's studio apartment that he handed down to me when he got married. And see, I loved that apartment. It was cute, it was cozy, but I was doing too much. There were decor pieces on the entire windowsill. Dust was settling on them every other time. I had to clean them. It was just so much work to keep up with because the space didn't need that much decor, but then I was stuffing things into it and it didn't feel like me anymore. So when you're working with a space, especially when you're starting out and your space is small, you need to buy only the things that you need in that space. Invest in multifunctional furniture. Like this couch that I'm sitting on can fold into a bed. That is something you should consider. Your seats can be storages. So when nobody's sitting on them, you're storing pillows and throw rugs into them. Invest in furniture that can juxtapose as something else when not in use as the primary function. That will save you time and space. So your space can still look clean and you still have all the furniture that you need. You don't have to stuff so many things into that space just because everybody's buying it. Just because everybody has a bean bag now doesn't mean you need a big bag in your room. Prioritize, section your room. Okay, this would be my sleeping area, this would be my study area. Maybe you don't even need a couch in that room. You don't even need a dining area. Your study area can double as a dining area. Like, section out the exact things that are priority for you in that space and then work towards them, instead of saying, oh, if you move you need a couch, so you get a couch and you don't have anywhere to put the couch, so now you're stuffing it next to the bed and it just all looks out of place and you find yourself complaining. You don't like how the space feels. You wish you could make the space look better. You can make it look better by taking out the things that you don't need in that space, because once you have limited space, you need to figure out what sections are important and then stick to those sections. Number 5 on my list is DIYing and inexperience. When I first started decorating, we did a lot of DIY projects because sometimes you just can't afford to pay an artisan to do the thing for you. But one thing I also learned doing that is start small. Start with something like spray painting something black. Don't go into it buying hammer and chisel. You don't have to start nailing and boarding things when you start your DIY journey. When I started my DIY, I was doing very, very little things like buying a canvas and painting my Polaroids to them to make it look cute and using that as an artwork, because I couldn't afford an actual artwork. I still can't afford the artworks I like right now. So that DIY, it still works in my home very much. Start very small, and then the things that you need artisans to do for you, save gradually towards them. When you can afford it, pay them to do it, because it will really suck if you go and buy chisel and hammer and wood thinking you can build a frame by yourself and it doesn't work out. Now you have chisel and material that you can never use for anything again, right? So when you want to DIY, it can be scary because you're like, what if it doesn't turn out right? So don't go in head first trying to build an entire door with your first DIY project. Spray paint a can black. Do something. Change the color of something and keep it simple, and then learn as you grow so that you don't overwhelm yourself. The last thing on my list is making your space feel like you, making your space feel like home. I've been in positions where I stand there and look at my apartment and be like, it still looks like a rental. It doesn't feel homey enough. That is because at that time I looked online, saw somebody else's template, and then copied that exactly into my house. So when I look at my house, it feels like that person's house. It doesn't feel like me. So what I learned to do was to add sentimental things that feel like me. I love water propagation plants. So if you go throughout my house, there are water propagations on various corners of the house. That is something that makes it feel like my home to me. Your case might be different. You might like different things. Point is, don't lift a textbook picture or visual of someone else's house and put that in your house and assume it's going to feel like you. Look at the textures you like, look at the color tones you like, look at the things that make you feel happy and incorporate those things into your house. Because I like very calm tones. I go with what? Nude, white, tan. Those are the colors that I like. The darkest colors that I have are dark gray and black. So if you go throughout my house, those are the things that form the basis. Those are the things that forms the foundation of the decor that I do. So when I look at it, it feels like me. If you're decorating a home, that is something you should consider. Don't just look at what is trending and try to replicate it. It would never feel like you. You have to do something that feels sentimental to you, something that feels special to you before you can make it feel like your home. So overall, wrapping up, decorating your house is not a marathon. There is no particular template. You can get inspirations from different places. You can get ideas from looking at other people's decor, but then the thing that makes your house special, the thing that makes your house feel like you, is you. You are the thing that can give that energy you're looking for. To take your time with it. If you're in a space and you're looking to move into another space, I for one, I've had to learn how to do those 3D things where you illustrate the room and then make it like put the things in there and see how it looks. I've had to learn that by myself so that I can visualize what my apartment or my space or my house will look like when I do move into a new space. So maybe that is a skill you can take up. If you can't do it, ask a friend to help you do it. Those are things you can invest your time in so you can picture what is coming ahead of you. It's not a sprint. Don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, if you move, you need to like buy everything at once. I literally was only able to hang up curtains yesterday because an artisan came to the house to install something and I got them to do something else for us. It's not a marathon. So that's what I'm ending this video with. If you didn't take anything from this video at all, what I want you to take is decorating your house is not a marathon. It's a journey. Start small, layer by layer, and I promise you, it might take years, but then you get there. Before I go though, I want to know what are some home decor hacks that you have come across that are like you die by it, because I do have a few. I want to know in the comments, or if you're having some home decor challenges you think I can pitch in, I'm happy to. Let me know your questions, your thoughts, your hacks, your tricks. Let me know everything in the comments, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye bye.